Frank Holder here, Humor Mill TV at the Pan-African Film Festival, and one person who I came across was Mr. Blair Underwood. First of all, sir, how you doing?
Good, man. What's going on, Frank?
You're...
A lot of Franks in my family, my father and my brother.
Wow, really?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You won't remember my name.
I can't forget that.
I got to ask you, brother. You are the talk of the internet right now for this new show that you just landed called Ironside. I have to ask you, on camera, how did that come about?
How did that come about? Well, you know what? I had just finished doing Streetcar Named Desire on Broadway with Nicole Ari Parker, who's in the film tonight. And during that time, Bob Greenblatt, who's president of NBC, had come to see the show, and a week after that, we made a deal, a development holding deal with NBC. So that came out of that deal. As part of it was, I say development, I was producing and developing projects to present to NBC, which we did. And at the same time, they present stuff to us, which made sense. So really, 2 weeks ago, it all happened very fast. He called my manager and said, well, there's 2 shows we want to do. One of them is Ironside, and read the script and let me know what you want to do.
I mean, you have this, is it because you have an NBC holding deal? That's what everybody's talking about. Like, you have this deal with NBC. Is that how it stemmed from?
Yeah, it came from that deal. It's part of the deal.
I have to ask you, man, are they going to do some different changes? Are you going to still be in a wheelchair? How far along can we talk about?
Definitely still in the wheelchair. But, really, I won't say remake because I loved Ironside. Ironside was brilliant. It was done, it was made. So we're not remaking it, we're doing the remix. By that I mean his name is still Robert Ironside. He's still a chief of detectives. He's still in a wheelchair. But in our version, you'll see a lot of flashbacks. You'll see him before the accident, running and jumping, and he's tough. He's in people's face. He's kind of plays by his own rules. He's always flirting with the women, making love still.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
On camera?
Still working, brother. Still working.
Is there anything else you're going to bring to the camera? Obviously to that role that's going to be changing it, that people will just say, "Oh my God, that we didn't see this in the old version of Ironside."
Well, the fact that it's 2013 for one is we're going to set it in New York. Number 2, number 3, his whole persona is very different. I mean, he really is. If you watch, I won't say it, but people say if you watch the show House, that character, it's not that he's that character, but he's that irreverent kind of cat who knows what he's doing. He's good at his job. He takes no prisoners, and he's very unapologetic about it. He's kind of cocky.
Oh, he is.
He's kind of cocky. But also, what's interesting about him, because he's in a wheelchair, the last thing he is politically correct, PC. So he knows he can do stuff and say stuff to people and get away with it because they won't necessarily hit back because he's in a wheelchair.
That's very true.
On the real tip, it's interesting. My mother's in a wheelchair. It has been for about the last 10 years. So, to play a role from that perspective is a whole different dance, and it gives us a chance to see inside of that disability, what life is like from that perspective.
Well, I know I only told you I'd do 2 minutes, so I appreciate you taking out the time. 2 minutes.
You got a whole set, man. You got me over here now, so we got the lights, the camera. It's all good.
We trying, but can you tell everybody out there how we can reach out to you and stay and follow everything that's going on with Ironside and everything else? You have a Twitter?
Probably. I got a Twitter account and a Facebook page. So it's I think it's Blair Underwood /Facebook.
Thank you for taking out the time.
Yeah, man. All right, Frank. Keep doing your thing, man.